Every computer, and especially every business computer, should have a backup system. I just wanted to run through what I'm using at the moment, which is a combination of hardware and offline. So at the moment I've started using the Acronis True Image Home 2012. It actually backs up your entire computer, so it backs up from your C drive. For a long time I used the Windows backup and restore system in the back end, but it only does certain files. It doesn't do all of your downloaded programs, and it's not an image of your computer. It will bring those files back, but you've got to then reload all your programs back onto your new computer, and that's an absolute pain. With this Acronis True Image, it actually backs up from your C drive so that you can restore that onto a brand new computer, and everything will be there as it was sitting on your old computer. Now it's got a 250 gigabyte 1 month's free trial, so you can go in and give it a trial. So it's quite simple to sign up for that. Just register it, first name, last name. It doesn't require your credit card. You can try it out for a month and see whether you like it. At the end of that month, then you would go onto a paid program. Now if you just click here on Learn More, it will take you to another page which gives you a bit more information about the product. It's got a great little video that explains a little more about it and how to use it. And as you can see here, for one computer, it's $69.99 Australian. Now that's a once-off payment. You don't have to pay monthly or anything. You just buy it once and that's your payment. If you've got more than one personal computer in the house, you can get three $99. Also, if you just click on this All Products link at the top, so this is the Acronis True Image Home 2012. So with this Acronis True Image, you need an external hard drive. You can pick up an external hard drive from your favourite electronics stores such as Dick Smith, JB Hi-Fi, those sorts of places. For about $100 you can get a 1 terabyte hard drive. I recommend that you get at least a 1 terabyte. Anything smaller than that these days isn't really sufficient. The great thing about the True Image is that it does an initial backup, and then each backup after that is what's called incremental. So it doesn't back up your entire system every time, it only backs up the changes that have been made. So my first backup took about 3 hours, I think, and an incremental backup now might take only 10 or 15 minutes. I have mine programmed so that it runs every day, and so I get an incremental backup every day. Now the reason that I have the external hard drive as my base backup for my entire computer is that if something happens to my computer, I can very quickly load that backup onto a new computer. So if it took me 3 hours to do the initial backup, it's probably only going to take about 3 hours to do a restore if I need to. Acronis have another option, or other options, and one of them is an online option, so it's all backed up to the cloud. The only thing with that is, from my perspective, is it's got a 250 gigabyte maximum, and my entire computer is more than 250 gigabytes. So if you have a lot of images, a lot of photos, a lot of videos on your computer, 250 gigabytes won't be enough. It's on a monthly payment on $5.95 a month, where you can buy it for a whole year for $60. Other issues that I personally see with this cloud backup system is that if your computer does have something like 250 gigabytes to be backed up, it's going to take weeks to get it all backed up, and also you've got to take into account your upload and your download limits on your internet connection. I currently have a 200 gigabyte a month connection, so I would need to program mine so that it was backed up over 2 months, which I would find a real pain as opposed to just backing up straight away onto a hard drive. The other thing is that you need to be careful when you're out that your computer's not doing backups on large files. If you're on perhaps an internet stick rather than your home system, where you have a lot more gigabyte download. And finally, if something does happen to my computer, it could take me the 2 months that it took me to back up to restore it again, and I actually don't want to go down that road. I want to have a system where I can have it onto my new computer or replacement computer in a really short period of time. But if you are interested in the online one, they've got a 1 month free trial, and you can use up to 5 PCs on this system. So if you've just got a few computers at home that don't have a lot of information on it, this might be a good option for you. Now the Acronis True Image is really easy to use. And in fact, they have a 30-day free tech help. So if you're having any problems with the system or working it out, there's somebody there to help you for the first 30 days for free. All I simply do is plug in my USB port from my external hard drive, and the system virtually runs itself. This is what the back end looks like when you first see it, and they've got little wizards on how to back up, how to recover, and about syncing. Very easy to use and very easy to follow. In this section is a history of my backups. I've actually got my backup running at the moment. It started at 3 o'clock. I have it scheduled to run at 3 o'clock every afternoon, and it's now 3:06. It's got 2 minutes to go, so it's probably only going to take about 8 minutes to do that incremental backup. I don't need to have my external hard drive plugged in for the entire day. I just need to make sure I've got it attached to the computer at 3 o'clock when I know my backup's going to happen. If I don't have my hard drive attached, it doesn't matter, it just won't back up for that day. Choose a time when you know that you're usually in front of your computer and your hard drive's going to be around. It might be first thing in the morning for you, it might be last thing at night. So when I set this up, I went into the scheduling area and it took me less than a minute to schedule my backups to occur. Now I do nothing except plug in that USB port. If you're using an external hard drive and you have it at home or you keep it at your business, there's the issue that if the computer's there and the hard drive's there and the place burns down, well then you have all your backups in the same place. So if you have a business, I recommend that you take your hard drive home every night so that it's in a different location to your computers. One of the other things that I do is I have a secondary backup system which is in the cloud, so it's run through the internet, but it's actually a system where I share files. So I have all of my files now in what's called Dropbox. So that's www.dropbox.com. There's a little video here that you can watch which shows you how to use Dropbox. It's really simple. It's just like having your My Documents. The folders look the same, you create the same sorts of folders, you keep your files in there, but everything sits in the cloud. So that means that you can use your folders in Dropbox on your home computer, on your laptop, on your smartphone, on your iPad or your tablet, or in fact at any internet cafe or any hotel in the world where they have an internet connection. You simply have to sign in with your email address and you can access every file that's totally up to date. So when you're finished with that file for the day, you simply save it and close, and it's synced into the cloud so that the next time you open, whatever changes you made are sitting there. Andrew and I have all our files on Dropbox that we share together, so that if he's working on a file, whatever changes he makes are done. The next time I open the file, the changes are there. Now with Dropbox, it's free, so down the bottom here they've got pricing plans if you want to go and click on that and browse through. So it's free for the first 2 gigabytes, and then they've got a referral system where if you invite somebody via email and via your Dropbox, you'll get another 500 megabytes for free, and they will do that up to a total of 18 gigabytes. So you can get up to 18 gigabytes for free. Because we have a lot of videos and images and we have contractors working for us, and Andrew and I are both using the Dropbox, the free version isn't big enough. We actually have this one here which is 32 gigabytes, and we also get 1 gigabyte per referral. It's not even really referrals, it's more like people inviting people to your Dropbox to share files with. And so because we've invited a number of people, we've actually got something like 58 gigabytes of space that we use. So not only do we have all our Word documents and images backed up onto our external hard drive, they all sit in the cloud in our Dropbox. So what that means is if something happens to my computer and my hard drive at the same time, I've still got every file that I need sitting in the cloud in the Dropbox. What I don't have is all of my programs. So that would mean I can still restore my computer with all of my information files and Word documents and Excel files and PowerPoint, etc., and my Outlook, but I won't have the programs. I'd have to reload those. So not only do we use it to share files and have an efficient work system, but it's a secondary backup in the cloud which is completely remote from any disasters that may occur where my computer and my external hard drive are. So again, Dropbox is really easy to use, and they have a nice little tutorial to show you how to use it really quickly. Simply download it onto your computer. You don't have to go into the internet to use it. I access it from my folders here. It just sits Dropbox here above my library, and I create folders within it, just like I would on any Windows system. Dropbox can be used on Mac. Andrew has a Mac and he uses his folders in Mac, and I use mine on a PC. So if you don't have a backup system, I recommend you look into the Acronis and into the Dropbox as a secondary, or at least go and find a system that you're happy with. So I hope that's been of assistance.